We will be talking about audit performances and how do we go ahead with performing audits or executing audit per se in this video. So what is we looking into it? Let's say about the performing audit. We need to have key issues. What the right person who is going to do the audit, the right person who will be audited as far as performances are concerned, as far as documentation are concerned. So representative samples needs to be there, right questions has to be found out, handling the trail, the footsteps, the digital footprint if it is digitally done, taking notes and recognizing non-conformance. Non-conformance is where you are not adhering to the standard which has been prescribed. So understanding the above issues will be helping in controlling the audit time. It will be done in much faster, smoother, and most importantly, effective fashion. So right auditing is the responsibility and authority in terms of activities, maintaining records, what is expected and do they adhere to it. Dangers of here is loss of time. Omission of the audit scope, if it is not been mentioned altogether, you tend to lose the value around it. Representative sample or consideration activities performed most of the time. What happens during a crisis? If you may recall, what happens, who to report, whether the order flows from, who takes up the responsibility. The aspect providing inputs is the quality manual, the standard that has been prescribed, the other document which has been stated, and the office orders which has been issued from time to time. You need to check those lists. You need to have the important process stages already recorded, record the origination and maintenance of everything that has been done, every record that has been generated, who had initiated the record, where was it maintained. Things needs to be understood, where which all people were involved out there. Now we come to the strategy to follow. It can be horizontal strategy, horizontal, and then vertical strategy, up and downstream, or probably both the strategies per se. As we speak around, remember, as we speak out, it can be horizontal, vertical, more sample mixed onto the horizontal approach. ISO 9000, ISO 17025 in the year 1995 consists only of two parts. What are they? They are talking about system or the complete process audit and the technical audit, perhaps. So audit technique is all about documentation review. It is interview with the personnel as what they are expected to do or what they usually do. Basically, usually with what they usually do is what needs to be found out. Observation of WIP, work in progress, witnessing test, calibration, examination of the resources, inspection, if possible, re-inspection of the product so that to understand the tolerance level, the calibration technique. Audit technique is horizontal audit. More aspects are covered. Absolutely, more and more aspects are covered. And vertical audit, only few aspects to be covered, but they are covered in depth. Absolutely in depth. So the right question, what are they? We are talking about thematic question, expansive question, opinion question, investigative question. We're talking about repetitive, if probably people might term as a dumb question, hypothetical question, as if scenario, what would have happened, closed question, logical conclusion, leading questions. A question gives an answer. The answer needs to go to a leading question, brings up another questions around it, establishing rapport with the auditee. More open-ended question and avoiding repetitive question thereby. The question to be asking is hypothetical or closed question thereby. Now we talk about the trails of audit, responsibilities and the authorities defined for activities, references to be specified requirement, decision to pursue within an area with other departments, other areas per se, recognizing non-confirmation, what could go wrong if non-confirmation remain uncorrected, if it goes wrong, does the company moves into doldrum, will it be profitable, what is the likelihood of such thing going wrong, seriousness or non-confirmation can then be judged. So minor is isolated case, minor problems, areas which warrant attention. These are my minor things. Isolated case, one-off event, or problems which warrant attention. What are major problems? Are significant deviations from the standard. Breakdown of quality system in departmental and area. Significant quantities in minors. What are we looking at? Personal biases, desk audit, audit where action is, competence issues, handled discreetly, personal identity and token discrepancies as the case might be. These are the issues that needs to be avoided. Personal bias, desk audit, personal identity, and token discrepancy. I'll give you other additional tips like it speak with the correct people, right people, concerned people, avoid hearsay as to what somebody else has said. Take the data from the raw sources itself. Be nosy, be polite, but polite. Control audit time. Let me tell you what is audit reporting to be done. Reporting on the compliance, reporting on the non-compliance. Thereby, we need to understand everything in detail. Taking notes, recording audit sample over a departmental audited. Now, what are we looking into it? We should ensure who we have spoken to, the person that has been contacted, the area that has been seen perhaps, document examined, ISO 9000 clause that has been involved, process stages involved, record verified, audit trails identified, followed, compliance, non-compliance, references of non-compliances thereby, what needs to be done. Take your notes with record with aspect to the record that should be followed up in the next assessment. Positive reporting helps in determining the depth in auditing. Bias basis for selecting sample and judging the system effectiveness is very important. I am just giving you a format to the audiences of this video of a sample audit report. Sample format, please. This is not sacrosanct. You may have your own audit, which says the clause of ISO 9001, 2, or 3, which has been referred in the assessment checklist, has been found out. Detailed of the sample that needs to be noted down. Identify the persons involved, places of work visited, documents that has been verified, and then the deviances. Report those deviances or non-conformance thereby, which should be duly signed by the auditor. Non-compliance report may be reviewed at different stages. In fact, at all stages, audit, subsequent review with MR or assessment team. MR is management review. Management review or internal audit. Closing meeting is external audit. Subsequent references by organization, certification body, and next assessment team, as in the next assessment team will always come and ask for the previous assessment report as to what were the deviances that was noted down. They will jot down those whether those things have been improved or not, or is had improved, the situation remains the same. Someone has to take the corrective action. Raising non-conformance report thus assumes special significance. Recording aspects to be considered: exact observations of the fact. Where was it found? What was found? Why is it a non-compliance? Who was there? Use of the local terminology. Make it retrievable. Make it helpful only in audit sections. Why? Where? What should be the happening? Non-conformance format. Again, this is just a sample for the audiences and is not sacrosanct. Remember the area or the activity that has been audited as of date. You should give the non-conformance report number, the confirm non-confirmation details as what needs to be done and what was avoided or been ignored. Reference to the ISO 9000, according which manual, according to which quality statement data, and remarks of the auditee. Usually the remarks of the auditee is to be rectified within such date, or this has to be stopped, or this has to be incorporated. Signature of the auditee and the auditor thereby. So both of them are aware of the non-confirmation. This is an eligible proof of it. So filled in things, again a sample as instructed, required by quality circle, quality services. O4, no need assessment report and audit reports made available on the new paper in electronic manufacturing practices, something that has been non-conformance report. So this is against the requirement, right? So you need to mention those things. Recording of non-compliance should be simple, crisp, and neatly worded. Very, very true. Again, reporting of the recording of the non-compliance should be simple, should be crisp, should be neatly worded. There should not be any room for misinterpretation or other interpretation, any form of interpretation. Summary reports is all about the department area activity. We need to have the audit non-conformance report. We need to have the audit team, details of the actual audit, total number of non-conformances, number of non-conformation due to system not been defined, number of non-confirmation due to system not implemented, and number of non-confirmation due to system not implemented, summary thereby as in when on basis. So system effectiveness is to inform the judges of the judgment of the assessor thereby. What are we looking for it? The effectiveness comes from the internal failure possibilities. What are the information that is available? Let's say avoidable changes in drawing, documents, or POs, purchase orders, avoidable networks and concessions and scraps. Information from external failure possibility, trends in customer complaints, status on corrective action, asking for external audit as on when on basis. Trends, staff attitude to management, access to the management review, to the management thereby. Access, this is what we need to understand. Dressing, even if there's a board meeting, you should always come in the minutes of the meeting of the previous meeting so as to that becomes a ground or that becomes a basis for the meeting to progress or process. Dressing of non-compliance for top management. We are talking about trends, the management attitude, status on the audit report, the committee form. We're looking at effectiveness of management review, meeting quality policies, quality objective, adequate internal quality audit, matching it with the external audit. In fact, internal quality audit should be stringent so that the external audit finds no deviances, no non-conformances at all, and things go very smoothly. System effectiveness, as in the external report will mention, have these data points: name of the organization, scope of the assessment, participating in the closing meeting, number of non-confirmation observed, number of majors, number of minors, and number of minors which might turn into major. Numbers where systems are not defined, numbers where system not been implemented, numbers where practices not been affected. We need to have summary, informed judgment in not more than 200 words. Number of non-confirmation closed during the assessment. Areas not reviewed, probably not applicable, and the recommendation thereof. With this, I come to an end of this video. Thank you for watching the same.